Hello, everybody. So this is another video with Mr. Anderson. I'm just going to go over for freshmen the assignments that are due by the end of the quarter. Um, there aren't that many. Usually, there's like triple the amount at this time of year, but because we're doing distance learning, there's a lot less, obviously. So I'm going to go over the assignments that are due October 2nd and what the expectation is for those assignments. So the first one is email for points. Okay. If you have not done the email for points, don't do it. Okay. This is the only assignment that I'm not accepting right now. So don't do the email for points. My email gets bombarded every single day with email after email, like up to at least 80 emails a day. It's insane. So please do not email me this assignment. It's done. It's over with. I'm still getting emails for points. I don't know why, but please stop emailing me. Um, letter. I should take points away. The next person that emails me this assignment and tries to get points from it, I should take points away because it's kind of irritating because I just delete it right away because I've already told you guys that stuff is due. I'm sorry, but I'm like really hot in the garage right now because there's zero insulation in here. So maybe I should open up the door or something. So a letter to Mr. Anderson. Okay, you can still do this one. So this assignment, letter to Mr. Anderson. Just excuse me while I. There we go. That's much better. Whew. Okay. So, letter to Mr. Anderson. You can still do this one. It is on the Google Doc right here. So, you just open up this Google Doc and you type away. I see that one person has turned it in. Basically, you tell me your family dynamics, what your interests are, what your hobbies are, what your favorite subject is, what are your goals for the year, what are your goals after high school, that sort of thing. Okay. So, you can still do this one. That's perfectly fine. The notes on proper email etiquette. Okay. So you guys were supposed to take notes. The PowerPoints for these notes are not going to be posted until October 1st. And again, the reason why I'm doing that is because I don't want to reward poor behavior. Okay. Meaning that some students, and I could tell that some students are just AFK, away from keyboard during distance learning, and it's kind of irritating. And they're like, "Can I have the notes? Can I have the notes?" I'm just like, "No." And what sucks is that there's like a handful of students that are like, "Yeah, Mr. Anderson, I just need one or two slides to copy down, and that's all I need." And I can't give them the notes yet because there are some students who are just like think I'm going to give them the notes right away. Okay. So notes on proper email etiquette with the notes, with all the notes, as even the literary devices, which were really, really long, you need 4 questions in the left-hand margin that are in relation to the notes. So the notes are on proper email etiquette. You are not going to give me questions about what your favorite, the best breed of dog is. Okay. It needs to be in relation to the proper email etiquette notes. That's what the questions need to be based off of. And then a 4-sentence summary at the end. Okay. It used to be 5. I lowered it to 4. Okay. Just give me the 4 and you'll be okay. You miss one sentence, you miss one question, you get a 0. Vocab.com. So this one, students are still trying to figure this out. Okay. It's not that hard. So if you go up to resources, there is a URL for period 1 vocabulary.com. It all depends on what your period is, but it will be under resources of period 2 vocabulary.com or period 3 vocabulary.com. You click on that and then you click on the link that is specific to your class period. And then if it's your first time signing in, you'll sign in with Google. And then you'll put in the information and all that stuff, and they'll take you to this. Take you to my vocabulary.com classroom. By the way, next week you will have a quiz on these vocab words along with other things like lit devices and such. It will be open notes, so it should be pretty easy. But that's just to avoid me giving you like an additional assignment that's due right before October 2nd, but also to see like if you're actually retaining any of the information. So vocab.com, you go to the bars right here, and then you go to assignments and activities. And then you have the assignments to complete. I will not give you credit if you have anything less than a golden check mark in completed activities. Once you are done, you need to take a screenshot of this whole screen with the completed assignment and with the golden check mark. I'll show you a picture of what that looks like in a minute. But it needs to have your name as well in the upper right-hand corner. If it doesn't have the name, or if it doesn't have the golden check mark, or like no assignments, or you did it on a different screen or something, it's totally wrong. It's a 0. And I'll show you exactly what I want you to do. So again, bars, assignments and activities. Here are your assignments to complete over here, and then complete activities once you're done with the assignment. Let me show you a picture of what it looks like once you're done. Okay, so vocabulary. So a few students that did it already. Okay, so I'm going to show you. Go away. I have a fly just bugging me right now. Okay, Renee. So Renee, they basically went to the bars. They went to assignments and activities. They went to completed activities, and they took a screenshot of the logon list with the golden check mark and their name. If you don't have those 3 things, no credit. Okay, and it doesn't matter if you turn it in before October 2nd and you're like, well, I didn't know. Now you know. You know a week in advance, a week and a half in advance. There's no excuse as to why I can't have a screenshot that looks exactly like what I have in front of me right now. So very good, Renee. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. You did it correctly. So you screenshot and then you upload it into Google Classroom or the Google class assignment. And instructions on how to do that are going to be under resources as well. So that will be how to add a document into Google CR. So it's the same way that you would do it for like an image or a screenshot. You could also do it on your phone too, where you could hold up the phone to the screen and you could take a picture of the complete assignment, but it still needs to have the assignment, the golden check mark, and the name. Okay, so that's for all vocab assignments. So hopefully I cleared the air on how to do that. Period 1 syllabus, you can still do this. I'll still take it. It's extra credit. Yeah, another vocab assignment. Shouldn't be anything new at this point. You should already know how to do that. 3-2-1 strategy guide. Okay. So this is where we get into the different, like the various assignments, and this is where I have a lot of questions about the assignments. So 3-2-1 strategy guide. You watch this video, the revolution in Egypt. Okay. From my understanding, just a heads up, if you haven't watched already, I heard it's a gruesome video, but it is a part of the district curriculum. So if you have an issue with it, you can take it up with the district and let the district know. Okay. But 3-2-1 strategy guide. So after you watch the video, you basically fill this in. 3 new pieces of information that you learned. So what were 3 things that you didn't know before that you know now? 2 interesting, surprising things that you saw, read, some things that kind of startled you a little bit, kind of shocked you a little bit as you were watching the video. 1 question, comment that you still have in regards to the video. Don't say, I don't know. That's not a response. It's automatic 0. Write a 20-word summary of what you saw or read. Now here, this is where a lot of students get confused. You don't have to write in complete sentences. You can write in bullets, okay? Also, this is in Word document for period 1. And I remember this being an issue with period 1 only. So basically, you could do this period 1. You could do it in any other periods if you see that it's a Word document only. You can print it out and do it, or you could do it on a separate sheet of paper and then attach it to the assignment in Google Classroom. You could do that too. But this needs to be done, okay? It just needs to be bullets. It doesn't even need to be anything fancy. And then this is where you get into the paragraph. So you need 4 sentences right here, 4 complete sentences. And some of you guys are still giving me simple sentences, and I'm not liking it at all. Okay, I know you guys know what a complex sentence is using coordinating conjunctions like for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Or a subordinating conjunction like because, ever, even though, whenever, when, while, if. Those are all subordinating conjunctions. There's far more subordinating conjunctions that I could just rattle off right now, but I'm trying to get through this video. So anyway, give me those sort of sentences. Those more complex sentences is what I'm looking for, okay? When you're writing your 4-sentence summary. Okay, again, this is bullets. This is an actual paragraph. All right. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. I did not want to do that. Okay, I'll just go off of period 2. That's fine. All right. So going off of period 2, I went over the 3, 2, 1 strategy guide. Okay. Reading of Cairo, My City, My Revolution. Should be Our Revolution for the umpteenth time. I don't know why it says that, but so this is an extra credit assignment. You do not have to do this. In fact, I actually I shouldn't say I discourage you from doing it, but if you have other stuff that you need to turn into me, I'd much rather have you work on the other stuff than do this. Okay? And the reason why is because this is kind of time consuming, and this is going to take me quite a while to explain. Well, actually, it's not going to take me that long, but still hot in here. Even though I opened up the door, it's still hot in here. All right. So, Cairo, My City, Our Revolution. Instructions. As you read, identify passages that show the author's feelings about what is happening as revolution unfolds in her city. So this was extra credit because in the My HRW, you already annotated the text for Cairo, My City, Our Revolution. So this was kind of redundant of that, I felt like. And that's why I was just like, yeah, this is extra credit. Okay, I wanted to pull this assignment, but then I saw like 2 students already did it, and they did the day that I assigned it. So I was like, okay, they get extra credit then. So so basically what you would do is you would look at lines 1 through 31 in the text, Cairo, My City, Our Revolution, and you would give me a quote that you annotated or that you highlighted in the actual text in the My HRW. Again, it has to be from lines 1 through 31. Mr. Anderson, how do I edit this? Well, if you do that, if you double click on it, it'll take you to this. Then you need to, when it takes you to drawing, you need to create a text box. So it's a T with a box around it. And then you're able to write after you create a text box. But Mr. Anderson, I need to write another box right here. Okay, well, you create another text box. Well, bam. And then you do another one, so on and so forth. Okay, once you're done, you save and close. Okay, so basically what you're going to do is you're going to cite the text. So in lines 1 through 31, you're going to find one sentence that you highlighted 1 through 31. And then you're going to copy and paste it to this. So this right here, you're going to copy and paste the line 1 through 31 in the text box. And then you're going to say, what else does it say? Then you're going to answer the prompts like what is happening. So then you're going to go back to your drawing and you're going to say, what is happening is blah, 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 blah. Okay? You're not going to say blah, 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 obviously, but for some students, I need to say that as a disclaimer, believe it or not. So, but yeah, and then once you're done with that, then you save and close, and you go back to the third thing. What is implied? So implied means that it's not directly stated. So you go back to it, and you go, what is implied is, come on, why isn't this typing? It doesn't have to be long. It just needs to be a sentence long, right? So, and then the last box is, how does the author feel about what is happening? So then you write about how the author feels about what is happening in this sentence right here. Then you do it again for lines 32 through 44, 45 to 54, 55 to 83, and that's about it. Then down here, you need to write a summary where you analyze not only what happened in the memoir, but how the events shaped how Suyef felt about her country. Okay? So, if I could, I would do away with this picture thing right here, but is that how you do it? No, I'm not going to click. I don't want to click out of anything because I've already recorded. I've already made it this far in my recording, so I'm not going to mess with anything. Okay, so you summarize it and write somewhere where you analyze not only what happened in memoir, but how the events shaped how Suya felt about her country. Okay, so you're going to write that down there. 4 sentences, no more. You'll be fine. Okay, so that's that. That's an extra credit assignment. Have to explain that for some of you because some of you really wanted to do it. So I'm like, okay. So guided questions, Cairo, My City, Our Revolution. These are the actual questions for the reading, for the MyHRW reading of Cairo, My City, Our Revolution. Okay? Pretty straightforward. Basically, you need to answer the questions in complete sentences. And not only that, but you need to incorporate the question in your answer. So as you can see in the first question, it says, Suya first describes Cairo as viewed from the river at a distance rather than from within the protest. How does this help the reader visualize the scene? And then my answer would start out with, when Suya describes Cairo as viewed from the river, this helps the reader visualize the scene because, and then you get into, how you think the vision that Suya had from the river, or the vantage point that Suya had, was inspiring or what have you. Okay. You see how I incorporate the question in my answer? That's what I expect on these comprehension questions. Okay, you need to write complete sentences. You need to incorporate the question in your answer. It is crucial that you incorporate the question in your answer. Usually about question 6 or 7, I usually pick up on students tapering off and not incorporating the question in your answer, and the whole thing is a 0. It's all or nothing, man. You got to make sure that you are consistent throughout the assignment. Okay, moving on. Grammar practice, nouns and noun phrases. OMG. So I see that 19 in period 2 did it. Excellent job. Great job. Okay. So for those other 19 that didn't do it in period 2, I don't know how many others didn't do it in the other periods, but so you need to read over this information. It's very important information because it helps you understand what noun phrases are. Okay? So practice and apply. Oh, great. I can't show you that because it's already done. And then you guys are going to go back like a few seconds in the timestamp, and then you guys are going to pause it, and you guys go, oh, okay, that's how I do it. I'm just going to copy Mr. Anderson. Well, okay, whatever. Okay. So anyway, practice and apply. Basically, you look for the nouns in the. I'm not going to edit this either, by the way. The noun. You look for the nouns in the. So like the first sentence I have right here. So like, no, come on, this one right here. So the beautiful blossoms on the tall trees fill the windy air with a limitless scent. On yours, it's just going to say the blossoms on the trees filled the air with a scent. So you have to add adjectives or words that modify what the noun is for that practice and apply. So that is what you are going to do for that practice and apply. Okay? All right. So I'm going to scroll on up real quick. Whoop. Okay. Went a little too quick. All right. Now here you're going to just make sure you have the noun clauses underlined. Okay, we did this as a class, so I don't understand why some of you didn't even do this. Like I did this with you guys. So but the noun clauses are like start with what or whatever or who. It even says it right here. So inserting a word like that, how, which, what, or whoever at the beginning of a sentence, so makes it a noun clause. So whatever parts need cleaning. Okay, what we would find there, who the opening act would be. So those are noun clauses. Now for number 4 and number 5, basically you were supposed to combine the two sentences using the words, one of the words in italics up here. Okay. So we did it this way, and we also did it that way. I mean, it's just it is what it is. I wish I would have pulled up an assignment that that didn't have it already done, but what can you do? I'm trying to explain to you guys like some of the assignments, and sometimes I just mess up. So anyway, that's that. Very easy A at this point. Vocabulary.com, you know what to do there. Video with active viewer guide. Okay, so there are 3 videos here. Now, if you are on a district-issued device like a Chromebook, you will not be able to view this one right here, why Iranian women are posting pictures of their uncovered hair. It's from Vox. It is a video on YouTube, and I was able to access it no problem. My students also told me that they were able to access it on a non-district device. So you could take the title of this and you could enter it on the YouTube app on your phone or on any non-district issued device, and then go from there. But you need to watch all 3 videos in order to complete this assignment. Please tell me this isn't completed. Cool. It's not completed. Great. All right. So, directions. Complete the Black Guide as we watch the 3 videos about women's rights in Iran. So, so basically the background knowledge is referring to this topic right here that was in this video from Vox, okay, which is also on YouTube. So, before watching the videos, write anything you already know about this topic. So then you'll write like what you know about this topic. Now, I had a few students write IDK. It's understandable that you don't know much about the issue in regards to Iranian women are posting pictures of their uncovered hair. It's reasonable. Like, I understand that. But don't just write IDK. Write at least like, I do not have any background knowledge prior to watching this video on why Iranian women are posting pictures of their uncovered hair. Once you get in the habit of writing complete sentences, basically. Main points. You need at least 4. It should be 4. Make this even more manageable. So you need 4 main points for each video. Okay? Each video is going to require the same thing, right? So it's going to require you, ask you, what do you know about, what background knowledge do you have? What are the key points after watching the first video? What vocab? Jot down any new vocabulary terms you heard in this video. So you jot down at least 2 vocab terms. I don't care if you already know one of the words or both of the words. You need to jot down at least 2 vocab terms that are actually kind of legitimate. Like, I can actually believe, like, okay, they may not know what, I don't know, pluralistic means, or they may not know what a veil is. Okay? Write any questions you still have about this topic video, so at least 2 questions. Don't say, I don't care, just to be cool, because you're not impressing anybody. It's just you and me. You're doing the assignment, you're turning it to me, I'm reading it, I'm giving you a grade, and I'm kicking it back to you with a grade or 0. So just give me 2 questions that you still have about the topic in relation to the video. Background knowledge, that's in relation to this video. What it's like to be female in Iran. So what do you know about females in Iran? Okay. 4 key points, not however many I posted here. This is like 6, I think. Yeah, 6. Okay. 2 terms, 2 questions, and rinse and repeat for the other video. Okay, so that's that. Moving on. Lolita and Persepolis, reading with questions. So this is where I had a question about this earlier. So this, you read Lolita and Tehran and you read Persepolis, okay? Lolita and Tehran was only 2 pages long, and then Persepolis was only 1 page long. This whole thing right here, you need to do on a separate sheet of paper, and then take a picture of it on your phone, and then send it, and then attach it to this assignment. Okay? So yeah, so this needs to be done on a separate sheet of paper, and it needs to be done horizontal ways, like you get what I'm saying, like not vertical, not as if you're taking notes on it. Okay, so it needs to be done horizontal ways, hot dog style or whatever. Anyway, so complete that. It's pretty straightforward. And then the Lolita and Persepolis questions. So I think one of the periods, let me see here. Okay, so this is the guided questions I want you to do. Okay? So again, I want you to incorporate the question into your answer. So when you're answering these questions, please make sure you're answering it to the best of your ability, and please make sure you're answering complete sentences, as I've already said. I know I sound like a broken record, but some students are just like struggling. So let's go to this one right here. So you have your guided questions here in this assignment right here. This is where it gets kind of confusing, and this is where I really, really wish these 2 students didn't do this assignment, because this assignment is I was looking at some of the vocab for the guided questions, and I was like, we didn't really go over symbolism all that much, nor did we go over rhetoric. And so I didn't feel like these questions should have been assigned to you. And again, after I assigned it, boom, 2 students had already done it. And I'm just like, what? And so I read the questions, and they were actually legitimate, and they got credit for it. So I can't pull the assignment. So this is extra credit. However, it's strongly discouraged that you work on this over the other assignments. This is only like if you've done everything else and you just want to pat your grade at this point. Notes on literary devices. You already know what that's all about. I'm going to post the things. Thank you to those 2 who have turned their stuff in. Everybody else needs to turn their stuff in period 2. I know you guys are good at turning your stuff in period 2. So come on, period 2. Let's go. And an apartheid. So the OSGO, that's going to be a thing for the rest of the year for you guys. Okay? My hope is that you actually take it seriously in learning how to write an OSGO. Some teachers don't like me having my students write OSGOs. They feel it takes away from their creative process. But it's like some of you just don't have that structural writing process where you're able to break things down into certain sections of your writing. Break your writing down into certain sections. So the OSGO will help you with that. Now, if you're still struggling after the first half of the week, this week that I posted the video, so it's the week of 9/22. If you're still struggling after the first class session, and freshmen always struggle with the OSGO, they're just like, I don't know how to do it. First of all, we did the first 4 boxes as a class. Okay? So you're done if you did the first 4 boxes. If you want the extra credit, you can go for the extra credit. But I just want to kind of ease you into it a little bit. I don't want you to be overwhelmed with the Osgo. The annotations need to be 100% complete. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay? It needs to be annotated every 3 paragraphs because it is kind of a long article. But all the other stuff, all the other things that we've read in the past are 2 paragraphs, but this is going to be 3. So I'll let you know if it's 2 or 3. And then how to do an Osgo. I created a video 2.5 years ago, and this is that video right here. Okay? All right, folks. Lastly, I'm actually going to go to period 1 for a second because I think I've already posted. No. It was period 6. Okay. You're going to get this form in your Google Classroom. This needs to be done by Thursday. I will not accept it any later. So if you have every intention of going to Saturday school this Saturday, you need to fill in that Google form. It's only if you're going. If you're not going, don't fill it out. But if you plan on logging on for Saturday school this Saturday, I'm not going to get into it. But it's 200 points of extra credit, and you need to turn in a few assignments in order to get that extra credit. So it is a good opportunity for you guys to kind of boost your grade a little bit. And my sophomores, they'll tell you firsthand, they love Saturday school. And I'm not making that up. They love it because it's not so much that they get to hang out with me, okay? It's more that they get a lot of points for showing up to Saturday school. And that's what they go gaga over. They just love Saturday school for that reason. So, and then plus, not only that, but when we have Saturday school sessions in the second quarter, if you remember, I said after October 2nd, I'm not accepting anything for quarter 1. But if you show up to Saturday school, you'll be able to turn in during that time period any assignments from quarter 1, and only during that time period. So if you turn in after Saturday school, I will not look at it. It'll remain a 0. But if you turn the assignment in from quarter 1 during like the November 27th, or not November 27th, but one of the November Saturday schools, and it's from quarter 1, I'll take a look at it and I'll give you credit during Saturday school. And this is a little tip that I told my students last year. I said, yeah, if you want to turn in anything from the earlier quarters, like quarter 1 or whatever, have it already done, but not turn in. And it is from 8 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. Okay, so having said all that, I hope this video was somewhat helpful in explaining some of the assignments. If you have any more questions, feel free to shoot me an email, and I'll be happy to assist you in any way that I can. All right? Anyway.